guys, welcome back to the channel. Today it's 50 degrees at the end of December in the Midwest here in Iowa. I thought what better day than today to do a nice little first impressions video. So we're going to do a quick walk around here on the 22 Corvette C8 hardtop convertible, and then we're going to go for a drive. Alright guys, here it is. 2022 ceramic matrix gray Corvette hardtop convertible. So you guys probably already saw the delivery video there here a week and a half ago, but it's finally nice out here. I can't believe it's 50 degrees at the end of December, but we're gonna take advantage of it. But we didn't really talk about the spec on this thing. So this is a 2LT. It does not have the Z51 package, but it does have the important pieces for me, which it has the front end lift, and it does have the performance exhaust option, so we do get the 495 horsepower still. And those are the two main options that it came with. It did have the carbon flash wheels, as you can see there. That was an option actually, to kind of go with all the other carbon flash accents. And you probably saw in my previous video, if not, check the description below on installing that new carbon flash front splitter. And then we also did the factory GM low profile carbon flash spoiler. So if you're interested in seeing the install process on that, check out that video. But yeah, I'm very excited about this car so far. Not too many complaints. Let's give you a peek here of the interior. The interior is very nice on the 2LT. Got the GT2 seats with the little carbon fiber accents there, which is really nice. But yeah, overall I'm just getting used to the new layout of the new C8. And I'm going to take you guys for a ride here, so let's jump in and go for a spin. Alright guys, time for a drive. So we got a few miles in on the Corvette when we picked it up. That 500-mile trip home was about 550 miles, so it's just enough to get over the break-in period and release all the RPMs. So we're definitely able to take full advantage of the performance on this thing now. And let me say, I'm very impressed for the small block Chevy. I am very impressed so far. It has plenty of power. I think it's a lot to do with the torque of that big V8, 460 foot-pounds. That's more than the McLaren had, more than the GT3 had that I had. And it's naturally aspirated, so the torque's just there whenever. You don't have to wait for the turbos to kick in to get you the boost like in the McLarens and all that fun stuff. So really enjoying it so far. But the tech in this thing, that's one of the big things that I'm impressed with so far. There's so much technology, especially in the 2LT. I was actually going to order one of these back in 2020. I was actually on the list. Then the GM strike hit, and then COVID hit. So I ended up canceling my order and picked up a used GT3, as you've probably seen in my other videos if you've been subscribed for a while. And I probably should have kept that, kept the allocation and reservation with Chevy, and just waited it out and ordered one for MSRP. But you know, I'm impatient, so I like it now. And we weren't actually seriously shopping for the C8, but the internet, you got to thank internet for that. But I found one that was decently priced, brand new, you know, 8 hours from me, and now we have a 22 C8. But let's talk about this thing performance-wise. It handles. That rear engine is a whole new ball game. It's just crazy. I was actually in the market for some C7 Corvettes before I started getting into the Porsches, and test drove a C7, and it was just a big, bulky muscle car still with all that engine up front, all that weight. And this thing is just night and day different. The power, the transmission on this thing is crazy. The dual clutch is phenomenal. So I've had the chance to drive a lot of dual clutches with several different Porsches now, and I will have to say it's close, but it's not quite there compared to the Porsches with knowing what gear it wants to be in. But if you have it in manual mode, I think it's just as good as the Porsches. The quickness of the shifts, it's just crazy. We'll put it in manual mode right here and downshift around this corner. Yeah, man, the power just comes on so smooth. And like I said, that transmission just lightning fast shifts. But between all the 2LT goodies you get, like the front end lift that this has, which is very, very nice. I loved it in the GT3, but this is on another level because you can save all the locations in GPS. So I've already got it saved for my driveway. So whenever I get close to my driveway, it auto raises, and I don't have to remember to raise it, which is really, really nice. I think you get like 1,000 of those memory sets, so I'm never going to use all those. So very nice feature. Didn't need the Bose upgraded sound system, but it sounds killer. Very good sound system. It has all the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all that, and it's wireless, so that's very nice to have that. And then it does obviously have the convertible top, the hardtop, which is really nice. And I just like the look more of the hardtop convertible versus the coupe. I mean, I really wanted to see the engine, but if you think about it, all the Porsches I've had, I've never been able to see all that goodness of engine under those Porsches, so I'm not missing out on a lot. And it's just a GM small block with a cover on it. It's not like it's an exotic engine, but once that Z06 comes out, that'll be a different story. So that is one thing I am missing compared to the McLaren, the GT3, even that GT350 Mustang that I had here for a little while. It doesn't have the RPMs. 6,500 RPMs is just not enough. I need more. I just run out of RPM way too quick. It's like I'm shifting super fast. But obviously they have remedied that with the Z06 that's coming out, 8,600 RPM. That will be epic. So can't wait for that to come out. I don't know how long it'll be before I'll ever be able to get my hands on one, but I'll definitely be trying. So this does not have the magnetic ride control, but still handles pretty good. And we're on all-season Michelins, not the Pilot 4S, because we didn't get the C51 package. So probably not handling quite as good as that, but it's still stellar handling. And we don't get the big brakes on the Z51, but I'm actually not planning on tracking this car. This is just an back road cruiser for me. Enjoy it in the nice weather, top down, go fast when you want to. But the performance on this thing, man, I've already done a couple launch controls, and let me say, I think this is the hardest launching vehicle that I've ever owned. It hands down beats the McLaren and the GT3 0 to 60. It doesn't beat it in the quarter mile, doesn't have the top end horsepower like the McLaren, but 0 to 60, and it's just crazy how fast this thing hooks up and just goes. It just goes. So we will be doing a little launch control for you here shortly. We're going to go through some of these back roads here in the middle of Iowa at the end of December. We just have not had any snow yet this year, and the roads are still clear, so that, in my book, is a win. Less time this thing has to sit in the garage. Yeah, so guys, the performance for the money is, as you already know, pretty incredible. This thing will hang with a lot of supercars. And if I start talking about comparing it to the few cars that I've had in the past, like the GT3, obviously it's not a GT car. The Z06 will be more on that level, but when you compare it to like a 911 or a Cayman or Boxster, it beats a lot of those. And with all the tech and features you get standard with the 2LT, even the 1LT still got a lot of goodies. Still get all the lap timer, and you get like the different sport modes and all that fun stuff. So even if you go 1LT, go a little cheaper, you can still have a blast with this thing. As for comparing it to a McLaren, the McLaren's got a little more prestige. The doors go up, more supercar-ish. But that 10-year-old McLaren that I had, this is way better. Just with all the technology. And the transmission is night and day better than the McLaren. That dual clutch was not impressive on the McLaren. We're going to have to get around this car. You guys ready? Downshift to 4. Here we go. Goodbye. So yeah, guys. The only big thing this thing's missing is more RPMs and an exotic engine in my eyes, and that is coming next year. I can't wait till the Z06 to see some in the wild and just hear that beast. Mid-engine, flat plane crank V8, 8600 RPM. What else can you ask for? I mean, even the ZR1 or Zora, whatever they're going to come out with after that, you know it's going to be force induction, and then they're going to probably do some kind of electric hybrid powertrain, and it's just not going to have the soul of a naturally aspirated beast like that. And even this thing, even this C8 with the 6.2, it sounds good for a small block V8. That performance exhaust, if you really wanted to liven it up a little bit, you could just go ahead and get an aftermarket exhaust and maybe delete the cats if you really want to go loud. But the cool thing too on this with the hardtop, we can put the window down and hear that V8 sing whenever we want, with not even putting the top down. That's a pretty cool option, right guys? Come on, you want to hear it? That doesn't sound bad, right? That is a good sounding V8 right there. That is a good sound. We were talking about all the tech in this car, forgot about all the cameras this thing has. You guys already know the 2LT package comes with the rear view mirror camera, which I found is a little hard to get used to. At night it's kind of blurry and I don't really care for it, so I'll switch it off at night. But during the day it works pretty good. Then all the front cameras for, you know, parking, that comes in handy. And we're actually testing out the PDR function today, the personal or performance data recorder. We have that rolling right now. That's the footage that you're watching of the road right now. So that's kind of nice when you're doing these driving reviews on a C8. One less GoPro we need to have mounted. Makes it really nice. Just hit record from the dash. They have the little SD slot in the glove box, and recording goes smoothly. Alright guys, I promised you a 0 to 60 run here in the new Corvette. Are you ready? So we've got it in track mode. We're going to hit the traction control button 2 times. You've got to do traction control off. And then we're going to hit it one more time. And now we're in competitive mode. So competitive mode, then we hold the brake, smash the throttle, and hold on. Here we go, guys. Holy smokes. 0 to 60. You can hear those tires chirping, trying to get traction. But 3.2 seconds, we all know it can do better than that. But on a 49-degree day with all-season tires, pretty good. We'll take that. Well, guys, I think that about does it for the driving review, first impressions video here. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, please subscribe and like this video. Give it a thumbs up. And stay tuned for more car content. It'll probably be springtime before we do any more videos with the C8. The snow's abound to come. So for now, it's probably going to go back in the garage. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.